All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday, man. So today, we're gonna talk about. I did a review of last night, Lakers versus Atlanta Hawks. Make sure you check that out if you haven't. But there was an incident that happened, and I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. Um, Now, first of all, let me say I'm not gonna sit here and bash the young lady for what she said, and because y'all, you know, listen, we gotta understand, fan is short for fanatic, right? Like that's what fan is. You're a fanatic about this team, about whatever. But there's an issue when the when you're a fanatic about. It's not an issue about being fanatic about not liking a player, but when you go as far as to go out of bounds. Now, let me make this very clear. I don't know what LeBron said to this guy. I don't know what this guy said to LeBron. But whatever it was, it got his attention. Now, LeBron after the game, he did go on to say that he liked it. It was two men going back and forth doing what they do. He had no problem with that. He actually welcomed it. He was glad that fans was back in the stadium in the arenas, and he was happy about that. And so, but that was not the problem. It was the guy's wife apparently, who decided that she was going to stand up for her husband, which by all means, every female should stand by their husband and stand up for them. But there comes a point where, all right, you know what? This is no longer about sports, right? Like this is just, again, I don't know. She said LeBron said, sit the blank down blank. Don't know if he said that. I don't know. Maybe it'll come out. Maybe I have to readdress this. Maybe he didn't say that. Maybe she making this all up. Now, but this is the thing. When you tell someone, I will beat your blank, 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 and then you go on and say, I can't believe you would talk to someone that's 25 like that. Wait a minute. Well, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and make the joke that people said that she was not 25 or she didn't look 25. I'm not going to bash this young lady. People say she looked 45. That's from them. That's not me. All right. But the question today is, how far is too far for these fans? Like, at what point? Now, again, listen, again, should athletes ignore it? Yeah, but we got to remember that athletes are human too. Like, we just say, oh, you're an athlete, you're a professional, you should never care about what no one says to you. Well, again, this goes back to what I said before when I say that we think our athletes are not human. We put this amount crazy. Be professional. Go be the best athlete possible. Be dominant in your sport. Be aggressive. But wait a minute now, when fans say something that you don't like, tone it down. Or when they attack you, and we know these, sometimes these things can get far out of hand, right? But we got to, and I'm only making this video to get other people, get you guys thoughts on it, to see what you guys think. But personally, it could have went a little too far. And again, I don't know. So let me say this. I want to make this very, very clear. I don't know if LeBron James said, sit down, be or not. I don't know. Initially, her initial response was he said something to her husband that she didn't like, and she fired back at him. Now, there was a post from 2017 that was also posted of this guy posting a picture as LeBron was inbounding the ball saying, can you tell I really don't like this guy? So he's been harboring these feelings towards LeBron, and it's a game. Listen, I've been some games. Listen, I'm so happy to say this. My last game I ever went to was to see Kobe Bryant play. When I was actually stationed in Fort Carson in Denver. I was in Colorado Springs, but I drove up to Denver. They were playing the Nuggets. I got to see Kobe in person. That was the last game I went to, so I'm definitely happy I got to see that game. But those games are legitimately intense, right? Like, listen, I'm in a okay. I'm in a Kobe Bryant jersey. My mom is with me because I'm actually going to take her husband, but he got sick or whatever. My mom ended up going with me, and as I'm walking out of the arena, a guy literally comes up like take that it off, and you know, um, I beat your. And at this point, I'm like, all right, well, mama, step back for a minute. We're gonna have to see about this, and by all account, it didn't escalate. The guy actually got in his car and drove off. I don't know. For one, my mom was there, so I wasn't gonna get too far out of character. But you wasn't gonna disrespect me in front of my mom. I say all that to say that these games get intense. If you guys have been in these arenas and things, you see how intense these games get. And then, and a lot of it is fueled by alcohol. People have been watching the game, especially if their team lose, and then you got alcohol involved. People are going to react like alcohol. The liquid courage is real, guys. It's real. I say all that to say, first of all, let's say this. All right, if LeBron told her to sit down, beating, he's wrong. You shouldn't approach her. You shouldn't say that. But also, there's not a free, open door policy to attack these athletes any way you see fit. It just is. It's not fair. We got to be fair on both sides. Now, LeBron engaging with the guy, he probably look at it as jostling. Two guys talking smack to each other. He probably was cool with that. And he even said that the lady shouldn't been kicked out of the arena. But also at the fact that, well, maybe it was for the best because it wasn't going to stop. You know what I'm saying? We've seen fans have impact on games before. The famous Reggie Miller Spike Lee game. We've seen it go too far, as in the Indiana Pacers, Detroit Pistons, Malice in the Palace. I still watch that video today. That was crazy. But the question is, how far is too far when it comes to fan player interaction? Because it's not fair to ask these players to be. You got to be super stuff like you can't think about it. You can't here's the thing. Michael Jordan would have never responded to that and blah blah blah. Okay, got it. Stop it. Oh my God. Like, okay, sure. You think Mike wouldn't have responded? Cool. But as we've seen, Mike will find a way to respond to things. A lot of times it may be on the court. He's even went as far as to make up things to be angry. He just never interacted with it to that level, to the way LeBron did. Cool, got it. But at the end of the day, what is the limit between fans and players? To me personally, I'm obviously I'm not a professional athlete, but it's just certain things that not as an athlete, just as a person, I'm not going to allow you to say to me. I don't care what profession I'm in or what I'm doing. We ain't gotta like each other, but we can respect each other as humans. We can always do that. So that's my take, guy. But I want to know what you guys think. How far is too far when it comes to player-fan interaction? All right. With that being said, guys, leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. And until next time, man, you guys be great.